With so much going on in the world, a lot of people in fear, wearing masks and gloves, social distancing themselves from people because they don't want to catch the coronavirus. A lot of people see this as problematic because they've been laid off from their jobs, they're quarantined, they can't leave their houses. And I know this is killing a lot of people inside because they can't stand being at their houses doing nothing 24/7, being bored, not being able to go anywhere. And I know that it's like that in some places, but not in all places. And so I just want to say that if you can go outside and get some fresh air, I would advise you to do that because it's a beautiful day. But yeah, I just want to say that this whole quarantine situation, a lot of people see it as problematic. Me, I see it as a blessing in disguise. Why? Because how we've been living and treating the earth isn't sustainable. And we've been polluting and messing up this planet. We throw trash on the ground. We pollute the waters. We cut down the trees for material gain. And how we've been living is just, it's not serving us, and more importantly, it's not serving the planet. How we've been living is totally unsustainable, and we need to find a better way to live, and we need to treat our environment with care and respect if we want to still have a planet to live on. Another reason why this whole quarantine situation is a blessing in disguise, because we never had the time to fully get to know ourselves, what our likes and dislikes are, who we are as a person, what we desire as a human. Because we're too busy running around doing favors and errands for everybody else, trying to work really hard, stressing ourselves out to death, taking care of our kids and all that type of stuff, that we don't have the time to sit down and just think about who we are and what we desire as a human. What is our purpose for being here? So this is a time to start journaling, meditation, and clearly clearing your mind of any toxic thoughts, healing old emotional traumas, letting go of negative thinking. This is a time where we can focus on ourselves and get to know who we truly are instead of worrying about what the next person is doing or running back and forth, tiring ourselves out. Because I'm starting to see the more we do that, the more we get stressed out and exhausted, and it drains our energy. Worrying about bills, how we're going to pay for this, how we're going to pay for that, worried about being let go from our jobs. All this third dimensional bullshit that we go through on a daily basis, it's mentally draining. It's draining mentally and physically. Just even talking about it drains my energy. But you get the idea. This is a time for us to self-reflect, to catch up on some rest, and to find out what we're truly passionate about. Because a lot of times as kids, we already know what we're going to do. We already know what our desires are, and we already know what career path that we're going to take. But because we get so indoctrinated by teachers and parents and everybody else in the school that wants to mold us into something that we're not, we lose that spark and inner imagination to manifest the things that we truly want. And this is a time to let go of any old toxic programming that you got while you were a kid, to work on yourself. Another reason why this quarantine situation is a blessing in disguise, because this gives the earth time to regenerate itself and heal itself. Of course, the earth is always healing and regenerating itself. It's been doing that for billions of years, but this is a time where it can operate in its natural form. Because we're not too busy running around trashing the planet. Us polluting the air with toxic car and airplane fumes. That's also messing up the planet. With the fumes, the toxic fumes from these vehicles in cities and smoking. People throwing cigarettes and shit everywhere. So yeah, what everybody quarantine, this is a time for Earth to regenerate itself, for the animals to go back to its natural home. They had to leave due to the pollution that was going on in this world. So this gives the nature time for it to heal itself. This is the happiest that I've seen nature, and it makes me feel good that nature can be this happy. And that's how it should be all the time. It's a really beautiful day. See? Look. See how deserted this place is? Ain't nobody here because of quarantine and COVID-19. Normally there'd be people under the sheds, kids playing around. But due to this whole epidemic, there ain't nobody here. Now there are some people exploring the park, but it's not as packed as it normally is. It's pretty peaceful out here too. I can come out here and meditate. Matter of fact, that's just what I'm about to do. I'm gonna meditate after I finish making this video. But yeah, man, this whole situation is gonna blow over. This too shall pass. Whenever we go through challenging situations or tough times like this is our time to self-reflect on how we handle it as a collective together, what we need to do to change our situation to make this world a better place. Because let me tell you, how we've been treating planet Earth, it hasn't been too good. We got to stop throwing trash everywhere. We got to stop polluting the oceans and the beaches. We got to keep our beaches and oceans clean so the fish, so the water doesn't get contaminated, and so the animals that live in the oceans can survive and live in peace. They have every right to live in peace just like we do. And if we want to continue living on this planet, and if we want to have a sustainable living and be prosperous like we've always been, we got to take better care of the earth. This is just what I've been feeling on the inside. We got to do better. Because we need the earth more than it needs us. She doesn't really need us. We need it. And so we must do our part to keep it clean and take better care of it and not take it for granted. Because she's our mom, and we must treat her with proper care and respect. Because without her, none of us would be here. And it's a blessing for me to be able to come out here and enjoy the beautiful fresh air and the view. It's so nice. Yeah, this is just my video for Earth Day. I just want to wish all of y'all out there a happy Earth Day. If y'all are quarantined and can't leave your houses, all I can say is hang in there. This too shall pass. And those of you that are in fear, there's nothing to be afraid of. You're not going to catch the coronavirus. Everything's going to be all right. Now, still take precaution and be prepared. Be prepared and stay clean. But other than that, I just want to say is don't focus too much on the fear. Because the more you keep focusing on fear of catching the virus, those who keep focusing on catching the virus or afraid and watching the news, those are the people who are going to most likely be able to catch the virus because they're vibrationally resonating with it. You create your reality, and whatever you focus on grows. So what energy do you want to operate on? Do you want to operate in the energy of fear and depression, or do you want to operate in the energy of love, peace, and prosperity? I choose love, peace, and prosperity. Y'all got to stop watching the news, because the more you focus on the news, the more depressed you're gonna be, because it's gonna lower your vibration just by focusing on it. So watch media that uplifts you instead of watching things like the news and the whole situation. Everything's gonna be all right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any updates. I'll catch y'all in the next video. Y'all stay safe out there. Happy Earth Day. This too shall pass. Peace.